Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. First of all, I will introduce myself. My name is Kamalia Kurniasari with name 2024 32005. I am an undergraduate student of Information System at PLN Institute of Technology. Okay, so today I would like to present my UI UX design project that I created using Figma. This project is a simple mobile homepage design that supports both light mode and dark mode. And the main concept of this design is to create a clean, modern, and user-friendly interface while also maintaining consistency and good visual hierarchy. But before that, I will share my screen before I explain the structure of my design. Okay. So, yeah. So first, I will explain the overall structure of my design. In this project, I created two main frames, which are homepage light mode and the homepage dark mode. Both frames have the same layout and structure, but they use different color schemes to improve user comfort depending on the lighting condition. The layout consists of three parts. The top section is the header area with a small logo and a toggle switch. The middle section contains the main content, which in this case I created a login form, and the bottom section is the navigation bar that allows user to move between different features. Okay, now let's talk about the design concept and color usage. Okay, for the light mode in here, I used a bright background with soft neutral colors such as light gray and pale yellow. The goal is to make the interface feel like clean and easy to read. The primary accent color is a soft yellow tone, which gives a warm and friendly impression. And for the darkness mode in here, I used a dark gray background combined with olive green as the primary accent color. And instead of simply inverting the colors, I adjust the contrast carefully so that the text remains readable and comfortable for the eyes. This is important because dark mode is not just about reversing colors, but about maintaining usability. Okay, so next I will explain the toggle switch in here. Okay, the toggle switch component, which is one of the most important parts of the design. So the toggle switch is created using rectangle as the background and an ellipse as the moving circle. The size of the toggle is approximately fully rounded corners to create a smooth fill shape. I created this toggle as a component with two variants. The first variant in here, the first variant represents the light mode where the circle is on the left side position on the left side with a light background. And the second variant I represents for the dark mode where the circle moves to the right side and the color becomes darker, like green in here. Okay, so to make the toggle interactive in here, I use I added a prototype interaction using untap in here, using untap and change tool between the variants. I also applied smart. I also applied smart animate with a short duration, so the movement looks smooth and similar to a real mobile toggle. And now we are moving to the login section in the center here. This section includes a title to inputs fields and one button. The input fields for username and password are designed using rounded rectangles. The spacing between elements is consistent to maintain a clean layout, and the login button is designed slightly larger than the input fields to create emphasis. And in light mode, the button uses a soft yellow color, while in the dark mode, the button uses the button uses a darker olive tone. This difference helps the button stand out while still matching the overall theme. And the font size is also adjusted to create hierarchy, and the title Kimi Shine is larger and more prominent, while the input labels and button text are smaller but still readable. And next, I will explain the bottom navigation bar. Oh, sorry. Okay, the bottom of navigation, and here. Okay, the navigation bar is placed at the bottom of the screen like this, and it contains four icons. There are home, shopping cart, chat, then and profile. To keep the layout consistent, I used auto layout in Figma with horizontal alignment like this one, and space between distribution. This ensures that the icons are evenly spaced across different screen size. Each icon has two states. There, there is active and inactive. The active icon uses the darker color, while in the inactive ones uses lighter or outline styles. This helps users easily identify their current position in the app. I also created the navigation bar as component with multiple variants, which where each variant represents a different active menu. This makes the design more scalable and easier to manage. And next, let's talk about prototyping and interaction. Okay, in here, there are two main types of interaction in this project. The first one is the toggle interaction. Um, when the user taps the toggle switch, it changes from light mode to the dark mode using the change to action between variants. And at the same time, I also connected the frames using Navigate 2, so the entire screen changes accordingly. And the second interaction is the navigation bar, like each icon is connected to a different frame using on tap and navigate tool, and this simulates how user move between pages and in a real application. And by combining this interaction, the prototype becomes more realistic and gives a better user experience. And for the I will running next, but before that, I will explain how I applied UI UX principle in this design. First is consistency. I use the same colors, spacing, and component style across both light and dark modes. This helps users feel familiar with the interface. And the second is visual hierarchy. Important elements like the title and login button are made larger and more noticeable, while secondary elements are smaller. And the third is readability. In here, I carefully selected the colors and background contrast to ensure that all text is easy to read in both modes. And the last is intuitiveness. This is the layout is simple and follows common mobile design patterns, so users can understand how the, how to use the app without interaction. Okay, before I end this presentation, I would like to explain how the design works when it is run inside Figma, especially in terms of interactions and prototype behavior. Okay, so when we are running the design, there are actually two ways to view it. The first one is preview, which is actually used to quickly check interaction inside the editor. And the second one is present mode, which gives a more realistic experience, similar to using an actual mobile application. Sorry. Okay. In this project, actually, I mainly use present mode to demonstrate how the interface behaves when users interact with it. But in here, I would like to use the preview mode first because this is more easier for the editor. Okay, when the prototype is running, one of the main interaction can be seen in the toggle switch at the top of the screen in here. When the user taps the toggle, uh, when the user tap the toggle switch in here, at the switch moves smoothly from the one side to other side. At the same time, the screen transitions from light mode to the dark mode, or vice versa, is changes like this. Okay. This happens because I connected the toggle using both change to for the component variant and navigate to for switching between the frames. As a result, we can see in here not only the toggle change its position, but um, but also the entire interface also updates its color then, and including the background text and the buttons. Another interaction can be seen in the buttons of this application and navigation elements in here. When a user taps a button, there is a visual response to indicate that the button is being pressed. In this design, I created that feedback by slightly changing the color and size of the button, like this. Like this. Okay, for example, like this, yeah. When the button is pressed, the color becomes a bit darker and the size becomes slightly um, bigger. I'm sorry, not darker, but like a bit white and size slightly bigger than the other icons. Okay, so this is gives this is this elements gives a pressed effect that makes the interaction feel more natural and responsive. The small detail is important in UI UX design because it helps users understand that their action has been recognized by the system. Without this kind of feedback, maybe the interface might feel static and less interactive. Overall, these interactions make the prototype feel more alive and closer to a real application. Users can clearly see the transition between the light mode to the dark mode, as well as feel the responsiveness of buttons and controls like that. Okay, finally, I would like to conclude this design focuses on simplicity, clarity, and usability. By using components, variants, and proper prototyping in Figma, I was able to create a design that is not only about visual appealing, but also interactive and user friendly. Okay, maybe that's enough for my explanation. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and I'm really apologize for any mistakes in my explanation. And the last, I will close by saying, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.